I think adding VCU and Butler is exciting. I think you bring in two championship caliber programs, both with Final Four experience in the last, 4 or 5 seasons. And, for our league, I think, we take a backseat to nobody really from a basketball conference. From the depth to the coaches to the players, it's as competitive. It's going to be as powerful as any, in America. And I'd state that to be the case because I've been in a lot of places. So for us, it's an exciting time to be a part of the A-10. And I think nationally the A-10 right now has as much momentum as any league. I think Josh's recovery is key to our team's success. Last year before he went down, he was playing career best ball and coming into the league, and after going through the league, if healthy, one of the better players in our conference. So getting him back and regaining his form, so to speak, is important to our team. But our returning guys, being in the system for a year, having the first off season, got great results, and I think that, taking that great pride into the season is good. But we want to build on what we did. No matter where we're picked or how we're looked at, one of the things is, internally, we want to be better than we were a year before in everything we do, and building on that is important. So, I don't know what the future holds, but I do know the expectations within our locker room are high. The Atlantic 10 and everyone who's behind the media movement, so to speak, right now knows the TV runs the world, and to be put in a position right now that we're in with the new deal, not only from exposure but the markets to the revenue, it's awesome, and I think it shows a lot, number one, of our leadership and how respected they are, and number two, I think the quality on the court and the programs right now has a lot of momentum, and I think that moving forward, that the exposure that we have, they're going to see a lot of good basketball. Now, we have obviously a lot of respect for everybody, and me in particular have a lot of respect for every team in this league. There's great coaches, there's great players, and no one of them, not one of them that we meet up against shouldn't feel the same, so to speak. But I know our fans, obviously, with our Xavier rivalry, is something that was really special to be a part of last year. That's a different environment for our team, just in terms of the location and whatnot with the schools and their great tradition. But it will be fun, I think, to play against Butler and VCU for the first time as well, because that'll always be the first time you play them in their first year in the league. So that will be exciting, and I think one of the things that we're really hopeful for is to stay healthy, and at the end they compete with some great programs. Kevin was obviously picked preseason first team, which is an honor. His last season, his results kind of spoke for themselves. I felt like if one guy earned his merit last year in our conference, was him, just because of how much responsibility was kind of put on his shoulders with his role and a lot of injuries and whatnot. So he's worked very, very hard over this off season, and I know he feels he's a better player, which is always exciting to have good players feel like they've gotten better, which should be a staple of our program. And moving him into first team all conference, I think the one thing that he'll realize very, very quickly is to make first conference postseason, when this slate is all over, we're going to have to win some games. And if that is the case, he'll be right up there at the top for conference MVP honors because he's special.